All right, guys, welcome back to another one. Today we've got some updates and I'm just going to get right into it. So normally we would do these updates in chronological order and this has been long overdue. We've got a lot to update, but I've got a bone to pick today, so we're not going to do them in chronological order. We're going to start off with our silver Cummins that we made a YouTube video on, if you remember, with the cowboy hat, the dipping, the yeehaw, and you remember the Cummins, the 2015 silver built, 150,000 miles on it. We made that YouTube video and you guys loved it. All right, we were only getting like 30, 40, 50 views on our videos. Our first three, what was it, 4 videos? We're getting 40, 50 views on every video. And then we post this bad boy and we got, as of today, 14,977 views. We'll call it 15K, all right? 15,000 views. We had 235 likes and there was 48 comments on the video. Now, here's where we run into the bone that we're going to pick today. Out of 48 comments, only one of them was negative, which I was surprised. Were you?
Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
with that many views and one negative comment, that's not a bad ratio.
I was expecting some hate. I'm not gonna lie. When you put out a Cummins man video, you don't know what to expect. So one negative comment, and I thought it was pretty funny. So we're gonna talk about it today. Let me find this little turd. Okay, here we go. Guy's name is Joe J7545, also known as Laffy Taffy on his YouTube page. Laffy Taffy says, "You are going to run into the same issue the guy trying to sell it had. It's not going to sell for the price you or he wanted. 40K for a 2015 is too much, even if it is tuned and deleted. The worst part is, you even say how much you paid for it." Well, I got news for you, Laffy Taffy, all right? He was actually right, wasn't he, Brett?
Yeah,
He was right. The truck, it didn't sell for 40K.
It did not.
It sold for 41. You can suck it. You can suck it, Laffy Taffy. All right? Okay, but so there's a lot of lessons to be learned here, isn't there, Brett?
Lots of them.
Let's talk about lesson number 1. Lesson number 1 is if you have a Laffy Taffy, or otherwise known as Joe J7545 in your life, you need to get the hell away from them and their negativity as quickly as possible. Because Laffy Taffy, he's probably sitting in his mom's basement eating a Hot Pocket and a dang stick of Laffy Taffy, saying, "These idiots, they're never going to sell this truck." You know why he's saying that? Because he's jealous.
Because he can't do it.
It's because he don't have a Cummins turbo diesel. All right? No, but for real, Laffy Taffy, listen, man. Just because you can't do something doesn't mean someone else can't do it. Just because our guy couldn't sell his truck for 40,000 doesn't mean we couldn't. So in all seriousness, jokes aside, let's talk about why were we able to sell this truck for more than the guy had it listed for. So if you remember, when we bought the truck, he had marked it down to 38,000. And he had been sitting on it for a month at 38 and he couldn't sell it. We ended up buying the truck for 31.5, and how were we able to sell it for 41,000? Was it some magic secret sauce we had, Brett?
No.
It wasn't any magic secret sauce. If you watch the Tacoma video, reason number 1 why we were able to sell it for 41,000 is because we cleaned the crap out of it. All right. We detailed it outside, inside, spit shined it, put a little elbow grease in it, got it cleaned up really good, and it was looking fantastic. I mean, so fantastic that Brett was drooling. Every time he saw it, he was just like, and I was doing the same thing. And so the truck was clean, all right? And then the second thing we did is we took it during sunset, just like we talked about in the Tacoma video, and whoo, was she was glistening, wasn't she?
She was.
She was I don't think you were there, but she was glistening.
I saw the ad.
Yeah, you saw the ad. She was glistening in that sunlight. So we cleaned it really good. We got great pictures at sunset. If you take your pictures at sunset, you can't go wrong. If you want to know how to do that, go watch the Tacoma video. We'll explain it all there. We took detailed pictures of the whole truck. All right, we showed the buyers, prospective buyers, everything. And then the third thing we did was I wrote up a great ad for it. Showed people that I actually cared about the truck. I usually like to write a paragraph at the top, a little bit about the truck, talking about it, you know, what's the history on it, what's the info, does it have any issues? And then I'll usually go a bullet list of everything that's done to the truck if it has any aftermarket parts. And then I'll do a little closing paragraph. So wrote an ad that looks like we cared about the truck, you know, it looks like we know about the truck, give good detail. That's pretty much it. So marketing is everything. The guy that had the truck before us, when he had it at 38, his ad was horrible. He didn't have good pictures. His description was like 2015 Ram, 3500, OBO, something like that. So you want to create an ad that looks like you really care about your vehicle, because you do, right? If you can't even clean the vehicle up, make it look good to sell, then that just shows that you don't really care about the vehicle and people are less likely to buy it from you. The other thing I think that's kind of an unknown variable that really helps is how you behave in the messages and how you deal with your prospective buyers. So like we talked about before when we posted the Cummins video, you always want to be polite to people, and you always want to, you know, give them whatever they need. If they want pictures under the hood, go out in your driveway and take them. If they want to see something extra or test drive it, call you, FaceTime you, do that for them, and you'll end up getting top dollar for your truck. Now, I know what Laffy Taffy's thinking right now, and maybe some of you other negative Nancys on the other side of this camera are thinking, oh, well, those guys. Can you guess what I'm going to say, Brett?
They just got lucky.
They got lucky. They just got lucky, baby. They could never do that again. Listen here, Laffy Taffy. Do you think that we just bought that truck and we said, oh, I think it's worth $40K. It'll sell for $40K. No. We knew what this truck would sell for because we've sold them before, right? We've went out and bought these trucks before with the same miles, same year, same trim package. We knew what it would sell for. We also did our research. You know, we looked these trucks up on the marketplace, see what they're being posted for. We ask people what they're able to sell theirs for. And then we run the VINs and we actually look up the values based on Carfax history report and other things like that. So when we buy something, we know about what it's going to sell for. So it's not luck. It's very calculated. We spend a lot of time on these deals before we buy them, and we know what they're going to sell for. So Laffy Taffy, watch your mouth, boy. And honestly, I like these comments. Don't you, Brett?
Oh, I love
Like, someone doubts us, that's the biggest mistake you can make because we will do it. So Laffy Taffy, please, we would love to hear from you, man. We want to know what you think. What happened, man? What happened? We sold the truck for way more than you thought we would. Anyways, that's enough on Laffy Taffy. I feel bad for him. He's probably running out of Hot Pockets about now because this video is getting so dang long.
We'll probably get lucky on the next two.
Yeah.
The two trucks that we got right now.
Yeah.
We'll probably get lucky on them
Speaking of getting lucky, do y'all remember the green Jeep we bought? Should we talk about that one?
Yeah.
All right, next update. 2011 Jeep Wrangler that we had. If you remember, we bought that one from a dealer. And I was pretty nervous about this one. Brett was excited about it, which is understandable. It was an awesome Jeep. But I was afraid that I was missing something. Like, okay, this dealer, he's got to know something that I don't know. Like, why would they leave anything on the table for a guy like me to make any money? But we stuck with our gut. We knew what we could sell the Jeep for. We had sold a bunch of Jeeps like this before. Brett talked me into it. He was like, man, come on, you know this thing is worth the money. You're stealing it. So we went through with the deal. If you remember, we bought that Jeep for $23,500 out the door at a dealership. It was on 1-tons, 40s, air lockers, anti-rock sway bars, bumpers, everything. If you want to know more about the build list, you can go check it out on the video on the 2011 Jeep, the green one. That's the one. Anyways, needless to say, that Jeep was only up for, I think it was around 2 weeks that it was on the marketplace. once we got it posted. Maybe even less than that. Guy brought $30,000 cash for it. He didn't even test drive it or anything. He got there, he called me a few days before and said, hey, my Jeep burnt. I need a new one. I want to come and get yours. I don't even need to test drive it or anything like that. I just want to load it up and take it home. And he brought the money, he loaded that Jeep up, and it was his. The rest was history. So that was a great deal. Very pleased with that, and we broke a record on that one. I've never bought a vehicle from a dealer and made money on it. That's not something I really thought that I would do. That was awesome. It just goes to show, if you do your research, you know what you're buying, you can make some money even off of a dealer maybe. So that's the 2011 Jeep Wrangler. The next two vehicles we bought was the C8 Corvette. We went to Texas to buy that. If you remember, we bought the C8 Corvette in Texas, drove straight home, 12 hours?
12 there and then 12 back.
12 there, 12 back in the rain. We had to stop at a hotel because we were so tired. We got back to Alabama, literally ate Chipotle, dropped the Corvette off, and then immediately went to Wadowee, Alabama, and bought a 2020 Toyota Tacoma Limited. That was the white Toyota Tacoma. If you remember the Tacoma video, you can go back and watch that one, get the details on that truck. So that was the truck that I didn't want to sell. So clean. Got it for $32,000. That was also the truck that the guy had to bring $4,000 with him to put with my money to pay off his loan so that we could get the title released. So he was upside down in the truck for what we bought it for. And I posted that truck up for $38,000, and I told myself, you know what? If someone brings me asking price, I'll sell it. Otherwise, I'm gonna daily drive it until further notice. And someone within, I believe it was 6 days, brought me $38,000, and I had to sell it. So on that one, we made a good quick $6,000 on the Tacoma. And then ironically, the next day, Tacoma sold on a Friday. The next day, the C8 Corvette sold on that Saturday for $69,500. We picked the Corvette up for $65,500. That's right.
Yep.
So both the Tacoma and the Corvette were posted at the same time, and we made, sold both those a day apart. So one was on the marketplace for 6 days, one was on the market for 7 days. So they went quick. $4,000 profit on the C8 as well. The Corvette was kind of cool. The guy that was messaging me about it, he was talking a lot, sending a lot of messages, very concerned. I was afraid that he might be a little bit of a hassle to deal with. Sometimes those, once you start selling nicer cars, the buyers are either really picky or they don't care at all. They're just there throwing money around. This guy seemed really picky, but when he got there, I figured out why, and I completely understood. He was a teacher in Georgia. Him and his wife got divorced 4 years ago when the C8 Corvette first came out. And he told me that when he got divorced and he saw that C8 Corvette, he started saving. And he had been saving for 4 years to come buy that Corvette, and he paid cash for it. So I thought that was pretty cool. Don't know if I would make that financial decision, but hey, that's pretty awesome that the dude was that disciplined to save for that long to get his dream car. I think that's pretty cool. So that's the 2015 Cummins, the silver one, the Jeep, the Tacoma, the C8. Am I forgetting anything?
Nope. We got some more videos coming though.
So yeah, we got some more videos coming. We do have some other vehicles in the lineup right now that we have not posted about. Those videos will be coming soon. And we have a massive update that we're going to share with you guys soon. We haven't put the videos out lately. Our goal was to do videos every week, but we've been working on something that's going to be really big for us, and we're super excited to make a video on that and announce that soon. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it.